human hand. It's an evolutionary masterpiece. They come in all shapes and sizes, big, small, long-fingered, chubby, but every single one of them has a story to tell about their owner. I love hands. It's the first thing I notice when I meet someone. Might have served me well in my career as a professional netballer. Actually, pretty well in life. But they say your eyes are the windows to your soul. I wonder what our hands tell us about ourselves. Humans have been reading each other's hands for thousands of years. More than 5,000 years ago, the ancient mystics of India began peering into people's palms and reading their future well-being. But in 2018, doctors don't have to be palm readers to observe incredible insights about your health. For instance, this is Tina Webke. After losing nearly 100 kilograms, she then conquered aggressive cervical cancer. And today is her first consultation with endocrinologist Professor Catherine Samaras, who always examines new patients' hands first.
Gee, your skin is dry. Dry. So the dryness can be a signal of iron deficiency. It can also be a signal of thyroid disease. Is there thyroid in the family at all?
My mother had a thyroid issue.
Yeah. So Tina, looking at your hands, I think there is something going on here.
According to Professor Samaras, the appearance, function and form of our hands speaks volumes about us, especially when something's not working right. When looking at somebody's hands, what signs are you actually looking for?
The hands are almost like the window to our body. They can tell us about our nutritional status, about our metabolism, whether we're drinking too much, whether we've got other rare conditions. For me as a clinician, every time I shake somebody's hand, I'm already starting to examine their hands and get information about their health.
Our hands rely on a symphony of body systems to function properly. So as a first step, doctors will look at our palms, skin texture and in particular pigment to predict any potential issues.
If you've got liver disease or if you're drinking too much alcohol, this actually goes deep red. So I know that's a sign of liver disease.
So what do you think of my hands?
So I can tell just by feeling your hands, you don't have an overactive thyroid, that you don't drink too much alcohol, that you do quite a lot of weights.
A few calluses there.
There are.
Catherine's approach to assessing my hands and health is based in modern science. However, the practice of palmistry is thousands of years old and still powering today. Paul Fenton-Smith is an expert in psychic sciences with over 30 years studying the art of palmistry.
Well, the palmistry that I use is Greek palmistry. It's about 2,500 years old.
And how long have you been studying it?
Since 1978.
Oh, that's a long time. And why is it the hands that give you so much information?
The original theory was this, that aside from the eyes, the hands have more nerve contact with the brain than any other part of the body.
Modern palmists, like Paul, evaluate a person's character or future life by reading the lines on their palm. And strangely similar to what a doctor might do, he also considers fingers, fingernails, skin texture and flexibility.
What I'm looking at here is how firm the hands are, and yours are quite firm. That firmness in the hands indicates resilience health-wise. You bounce back fairly quickly.
Yeah. It has to be said, there is no scientific evidence to support this kind of reading. But if I'm honest, Paul did get a few things right.
And you love a job where you can change people's lives. You like a job that actually is meaningful. So in-tray, out-tray stuff's not enough for you.
Yeah, absolutely. I totally agree with that. And so in the interest of comparing what some people would see as the rationalism of modern science to the superstition of an ancient knowledge, I set Tina up with Paul to see if her hands told a consistent story.
In this case, it's not strong anymore, but the Pluto in the past, if that had been as strong still, possibly in the reproductive organs here, there could have been some issues.
I did have aggressive cervical cancer in the past, aggressive cervical cancer, so I've survived that.
OK, Paul's on the money there, but there was the odd miss.
So you've got about 7 lines here on Saturn. Saturn people tend to be fairly lean.
I've lost 100 kilos.
Wow. Wow.
So there you have it. Who would have thought our hands could tell us so much about the person we are and our inner health? So next time somebody takes your hand, you're probably telling them far more about yourself than you realise.